This was Mushokutensei, a jobless reincarnation. Yes, it's an isekai, but I think it's a must-watch. This anime has become one of my most hyped-up series, especially as there's another season coming out this year. Though I can go on a rant about how much I love this series. Let me tell you a basic synopsis of what the show is about. This is our main character. He's an otaku, and after he gets kicked out of his house, it leads him to be hit by a truck, causing him to get reincarnated into a fantasy world as Rudius Guerrero. Here, he gets another chance at life, making new friendships and bonds, like the lolly mage, the tsundere, and the elf girl. Wait, isn't that like every other isekai? The fact is, on the surface level, a lot of anime in this genre look very similar, but comparing Mushokutensei with other isekai is unimaginable. Isekai shows have been looked down upon for a good reason. A lot of them are copies of one another and almost do nothing that differentiates them. My friend, when asked about ReZero, replied with, "Isn't that for geeks?" Though his opinions don't matter as he watches sports anime, it just comes to show you the stigma around the genre. Mushokutensei does something different that most isekais don't. It has character development that sucks you into its world building that builds on the little things, and characters that will do ruthless things as a means to an end. This is not to mention that it's dealt with its fair amount of controversy. Rudius Guerrero, our main character, is not the best person in the world. He's a 13-year-old man in a child's body and having perverse thoughts towards children. Though I don't personally condone what he does, I think there's a reason for this. Rudius has been bullied into isolation to the point where he lacks social interaction. This makes it so that the only social interaction he gets is from the eroge games that he plays, and the ideas on his relationships have become warped and distorted due to this. Anyways, for the sake of spoilers, I won't be going too in depth into the other characters, but the other characters aren't that much different than our MC. There are characters that will sexualize their own daughters for political gain, and even Paul Greyart, our main character's father, when you watch it, is not the person he seems to be. I like the way Gigak describes him. You don't have to support all the characters' actions to appreciate a good fantasy story. It's like Game of Thrones and Witcher and other modern titles, the nudity they have. Most people don't really care. This is because a lot of these things are real. They happen and reiterates the adult themes that they possess and adds to the characters. Similarly, I don't think Mushokutensei doesn't shy away from this type of content and is usually neglected by other mainstream anime. With all that being said, I think there's something about this anime that gets you hooked from the very beginning. The world building in this anime is almost perfect. The thought put into these characters really shows Studio Bind's dedication to the series. Characters have real progression, like Eris, who is a spoiled brat that Rudius has to tutor, and she progresses to be a strong female lead that actually went her way to protect him. This series, even if it has its quirks, has something that relates to me on whether it be the character development or its freedom to explore themes that other anime won't. I think at least first season, both parts are a must watch, and you will be missing a lot if you don't. Subscribe and cheers.